so I honestly don't know where to start. This news was very unexpected. I was just, scrolling through YouTube, and I just saw a video that just said, Kevin Conroy passed away. And I was like, what? When I first saw that, I panicked. Because I was like, wait, no way Kevin Conroy passed away. So I immediately went to Google, I looked up his name, and it was all over the news. Kevin Conroy passed away. I didn't even know how to react, really, or what to say. It was just like, it just hit me like a brick wall. It was just like, this news was so unexpected. Like, I didn't see this coming at all. Kevin Conroy, like, one of my earliest memories of hearing his voice as Batman, like, obviously, like, it was watching the animated series, and then I was watching Batman Beyond, and then watching the Justice League show, Justice League Unlimited, and then watching a whole bunch of animated movies like Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse, Justice League Doom, and then, like, playing video games. Like, I played Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. Like, I have so many memories of Kevin Conroy voicing Batman. Like, he was just like a big I think I could speak for everyone when I say he was like a big influence on everyone's childhood as Batman. And it sucks that he's gone now. What really sucks is all the missed opportunities that he'll never have now. Like, I had dreams in my head. Like, I hoped, like, I wanted him to play a live action Bruce Wayne again, but I actually wanted to see him wear an actual Batman costume. And, like, think about this. Like, how cool would it have been to see Kevin Conroy, like, actually wear a Batman suit? To wear a Batman suit and cowl in live action, along with doing his voice. Like, that, can you imagine how legendary that would have been? A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, he was too old to play actual Batman. If you think about it, no, he wasn't. I mean, the guy was 66. If you think about it, for his age, he was still pretty young. I really think he could have pulled off playing a live-action Batman. And even think about this. John Wesley Shipp, he played the Flash in the 90s, right? And then they brought him back in the CW show, The Flash, right? To play Henry Allen. But then, after they killed Henry Allen off, right? He also came back to play Jay Garrick. And he's been playing Jay Garrick ever since. And the guy is in his 70s. Like, John Wesley Shipp, the guy is in his 70s. And yet he's still playing Flash. And not only was he playing Jay Garrick, but he was still also playing his 90s version of Flash. Because remember, the Elseworlds crossover, he came back to play the 90s Flash. And even in the Crisis crossover, he played the 90s Flash again. So, if a 7-year-old guy can still play the Flash, what is wrong with a 66-year-old guy playing a live-action Batman? Like, seriously, what's wrong with that? I see nothing wrong with that. I think he could have pulled it off. I really think he could have. And it sucks that we'll never get to see that. Or hell, like, they were talking about, like, for years, they were talking about making a Batman Beyond movie. Like, who didn't want to see Kevin Conroy portray a live-action old Bruce Wayne mentoring Terry, And now we'll never see that. I remember watching the Crisis crossover, and I remember how like, ecstatic I was just to see Kevin Conroy. Like, I remember watching the crossover that night, and, like, when Kate and Kara broke into Wayne Manor, and then Luke was like, yo, you need to leave. And then you could hear Kevin's voice in the background, like, don't be so rude, Luke. Like, I got chills. No lie, I got chills down my back when I heard his voice. And then when I saw him come down the stairs, I literally screamed at the top of my lungs. I was like, it's Batman! Like, I was just so excited. And, like, to finally see the man who's been voicing Batman for years finally play him in live action. Mind, body, and soul. Like, that was a legendary moment. It really was. And this picture that you're seeing here is me and Kevin Conroy, like years ago. I actually got the chance to meet Kevin Conroy years ago. It was at New York Comic Con. I remember just how excited I was just to see his presence. I remember I asked him, I said, what inspires you to keep coming back as Batman? Like, what motivates you to keep coming back to play Batman again and again? And he just like looked at me, he just said, I just love the character. I just love playing the character. Taking that picture with him and just like, it was an amazing experience. I got to meet Batman, basically, you know what I mean? I didn't even have to ask him to do the Batman voice, because he sounds like Batman when he talks regular. Like literally when he talks regular, he literally sounds like Batman. Like, you don't even have to ask him to do the voice, because he's doing the voice as he talks regular. Kevin Smith said it, and I'm sure other fans have said it, and I'll say it too. Like, when I read comic books, when I think of dialogue, like, I imagine your voice as Batman, and that's always been the case. Like, no matter what Batman adaptation there is, if it's a comic book, video game, whatever, I always picture your voice as Batman. And please check out a previous video I did. It's called How Crisis on Infinite Earths Showed the Darkest Version of Batman. It's a whole video dedicated to Kevin Conroy's live-action take on Bruce Wayne. The link will be in the description below. Please check it out. I just want to say, like, Kevin, like, thank you for giving your voice to this character, bringing such an iconic character to life, giving the character, like, a soul, basically, because, like, that's exactly what you did. Like, you gave Batman a soul. You gave Batman an essence. You gave Batman an importance, really. Even though there's other voice actors who have portrayed Batman, and, like, those other voice actors have been pretty good, like, Kevin Conroy is really irreplaceable. Like, there's no one else that could really do the voice like Kevin Conroy did. Like, the way that he did Batman's voice, it's like nobody else could do it like that. You know what I mean? It's like, with Tom Kenny with SpongeBob. Like, only Tom Kenny can really do SpongeBob's voice. Like, no matter how many other people in the world could do a SpongeBob impression, nobody could do it like Tom Kenny. You know what I mean? Because he is SpongeBob. Just like Kevin Conroy. Like, Kevin Conroy is Batman. Like, no matter how many other voice actors have played the role, like, there's no other voice like Kevin Conroy's. So, Kevin, thank you. And this is for you.
If you've heard it before, you're 8 years old. Your parents have just taken you to a rousing adventure film.
That theater. It was where my parents and I went the night they were.
Beware my terrible sword! Haha! Let all evildoers beware my...
You'll start with the pretty pearls around the lady's neck.
Kept calling me Bruce. In my mind, that's not what I call myself.
What do you call yourself?
Honey, Bruce didn't overwrite your DNA with his. I did.
How? Why?
Because the world needs a Batman. I saw him save the day dozens of times, with nothing but his wits, body, and will. The thought of a world without Batman was unacceptable.
So, you ran a DNA test.
Once I worked up the nerve. Warren McGinnis isn't my father. You are.
But you know as well as I do, accident or not, it's a good thing that you're almost as lower than me. The world does need a Batman, and it always will.
Oh, we get what we
The mantle of Batman is an honor.